Pumpkin chili is a perfect fall dish. This is chili with a twist because it has pumpkin in it and super easy to make in less than an hour. Welcome to Lawyer in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make pumpkin chili. Perfect for fall, and this is a great recipe. Let me tell you what's all in here. The big thing, you don't want pie filling. You don't want pumpkin pie filling. This is pumpkin puree, or puree. Puree. It's spelled with two E's. You think it'd be puree. Anyhow, it's puree. I'll get that right. And we've got petite diced tomatoes, 15-ounce can. This is a 15-ounce can. And we have some black beans. We're going to dump the juice out of those. We're not going to keep the juice. We are going to keep the juice for everything else, though. Now, a lot of people put kidney beans in this. I just don't care for them, so I'm not going to add that. But you could put another can of beans, of kidney beans, another 15-ounce can, 1 pound of 80/20 ground beef, and 2 cups of water, 1 yellow onion, 3 cloves of garlic, and then let's talk about and 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. And then we're also going to have, what we have here is all of the spices that we're going to use. We've got 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, a half teaspoon of onion powder, half teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to put a half teaspoon of fresh cracked pepper. And that'll finish the spices off on this dish. So when it's about equal to that, we've got what we want, and we know this is fresh. Okay, we're going to cut this yellow onion. So I'm going to just do this. And then I'm going to turn them this way and just chop. We're not going to worry about how small these are. It'll be small enough. And that takes care of the onions. And on the garlic, I'm going to put that actually through a garlic press. Oops, there we go. All right, I would clean it off, but it's the skin. It's going to come off anyhow. It's going to be just fine. That's got to be at least the 3-second rule on that one. Now, the recipe I'm using calls for the onions and the garlic to be cooked together first for about 5 minutes. I'm not going to put the garlic in yet. I'm going to wait on the garlic. And the reason I do that is garlic, if it cooks too much in this setting, it gets bitter. And we don't want it to get bitter. So I'm just going to save this over here for right now. So we're going to cook this for about 5 minutes. And not too high, about medium. And I'm going to use olive oil for this. And that's plenty. And I am going to add just a little bit of salt to this, even though we have salt on the plate that we're going to put together. And we're just going to get this about 5 minutes and get it translucent. And then I'm going to put the meat in there. So here's the pumpkin. That doesn't seem to have a whole lot of, it smells like it has no sugar at all. It's just, but it does smell like pumpkin. Well, you know, the pumpkin puree makes this more luxurious and creamy. And it gives it a flavor, obviously. But it doesn't mess up the chili taste. I'm gonna let this cook down a little bit more, get a little bit closer to translucent, and then we're gonna put the hamburger in and we're gonna brown it in here with the onions. This is it. This is I don't know who makes this. I gotta find out, because this is the bomb. I'm telling you, this is the absolute bomb. I'm gonna put the ground beef in. All right, now this thing. This is the way that thing is. You see that? I mean, this is perfect. Look at that. I can't tell, how many times have you done this where you keep going, you keep going like that, and this thing, you just put it in there and twist it. This may be one of the coolest things I've ever gotten. And am going to put just a little bit of salt right now, just as a part of the cooking process, and a little bit of pepper. Just a little bit. And now it's time to put the garlic in. By the time that cooks in 30 minutes, 40 minutes, it'll be just fine. All right, we're almost, the meat's almost completely browned. This is a very fast chili dish. This meat is browned. It's time to start putting everything in it. Black beans first, and we did drain those. Go ahead and mix that up. Like I said, if you like kidney beans, you can put them in there. The recipe that I'm using actually calls for that. I am not a fan of kidney beans. I love black beans though. And that's what we have. And that's looking good right there. And we're gonna simmer this. We're gonna turn it down when it's time. All right, now we're gonna put the tomatoes, the petite diced tomatoes in with the juice. All of that juice, keeping that. And the pumpkin. Man, you can smell that. It smells good. Yep, got a little lid in there. We'll get that out. That's not a problem. Hey, it's like, what was that? What was that Happy New Year's cake they have in New Orleans? The king cake. If you get the lid, you win. That's awful. I know. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so we got all that taken care of. All right, here comes 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Here comes all of our spices. Watch out. Did I get your foot again?
You take my pinky toe again.
I know, I did that before, didn't I? All right, and there's 2 cups of water. So we're gonna put in a little bit more. Let me get this all mixed up. All right, we'll be back in 30 minutes. A lot of people disagree on when chili was created and where it was created, but a lot of people believe that it was on the Texas-Mexico border, those towns, and then it grew in popularity throughout the United States, likely in the 1800s. Some people say Canary Island women invented this dish. Some people say it was popular in the 1860s, and in that time it was popular by the chili queens of San Antonio in Texas, of course. In the 1820s, there were as many peppers as there were pieces of meat in the chili. The first time pumpkin has shown up, the earliest I could see it is about 10 years ago. And this dish has actually won a chili cook-off, and I'm pretty much emulating that recipe. Okay, it's been 30 full minutes. We're gonna check this. Oh, look at that. It looks good. We're gonna check the salt and see if we need to add anything else. I'll tell you what, I can smell the pumpkin a little bit. All right, let me get there's a nice little spoonful. Let me let that cool down. I think it needs a little salt. Not much. It's got a distinctive flavor to it, though. It's good, isn't it?
That's interesting.
Let's put a little more salt in.
You know, I think it could use salt. Just a smidge.
Put one more of those.
I said just a smidge.
That's just a smidge right there. We've cooked it for 40 full minutes. We checked it at 30 minutes for salt. And this is done. Have a look at this. This looks pretty hearty right here. Stir this around. All right, let's fill this up. We got our festive bowl. Looks good. And what do you think? We'll put a little bit of sour cream on it. Put some cheese. And a few onions. And I think that's ready to taste.
I think it's too pretty to eat.
Let's see if it's too pretty to eat. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything in there. Oh, that's so creamy. Come try this.
Ooh, look at that cheese.
Yeah, that looks good.
Oh my,
Isn't that nice?
that is very good.
It's tasty.
It is. It's not like spicy chili. It's got a more mellow, full flavor to it, which I'm sure is from the pumpkin in it. That is really good. This would be great around the campfire, before or after the football game, or just on a chilly afternoon sitting on your back porch.
If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe
And we'll see you next time.
on Lawyer in the Kitchen.